right now at 10.
I love with all my heart.
A body found at an abandoned home. Today, a name, a family, and a story of a woman who will be missed. And tonight, the Abilene Independent School District takes a first look at their budget. 3 things we learned tonight.
Another very warm day today with temperatures ranging from 97 to 103. How's it looking for Tuesday? Your forecast is coming up.
Getting the facts right and alerting you to weather danger. This is KTXS News at 10.
We now know it was 39-year-old Letitia Hilly who was found dead outside an abandoned home in North Abilene on Sunday. Good evening, everyone. I'm George Levesque. Thanks for getting your news with us tonight.
Hope you had a good Monday out there in Brave Blanks. She was a mother of 3, an aunt and a great aunt. KTXS reporter John Groby sat down with her family to learn more about who she was.
In Abilene, John Groby, KTXS News.
And we have learned from the police department that Letitia's body's been sent to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner for an autopsy to determine the cause of death.
We have some breaking news for you right now coming to us in the last 30 minutes or so. Police are on the scene at Highland Oaks apartment complex. This is near Dyess Air Force Base after a car drove through an apartment there. You can see this was a video submitted from our photojournalist. He's walking through the crowd and you can see the car there inside the apartment. As of now, it is unclear if there are any injuries or what caused the driver to run into the building. We will keep you updated with any new information about this accident. Again, this is on the far west side of Abilene near Dyess Air Force Base. All right, there was another scorcher out there today. Are we going to stay hot all week long? Let's head to KTX's chief meteorologist, Mark Rowlett, for what is probably going to be some sad news.
Thank you so much, Mark. Still a touch-and-go situation for a Taylor County court at law judge badly hurt in a bike accident over the weekend. 68-year-old Judge Sam Carroll is in intensive care at Hendrick Medical Center. Today, KTXS reporter Will Jensen spoke with some of Judge Carroll's closest friends.
Will Jensen, KTXS News.
We all wish him a speedy recovery. Judge Carroll's family has not released the details of the accident at this time.
The man that founded a longtime company in Abilene died in a plane crash over the weekend. Steve Fair and his wife were flying back to Fort Worth when the plane crashed in Bryan County, Oklahoma on Sunday. Fair founded Fair Foods in Abilene in 1992. It is now known as Abimar Foods after being bought by a Colombian company in 2010. Fair was pronounced dead at the crash site. His wife, Vicky, was injured. She is in critical condition in the Metroplex. The Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, says Fair reported the engine lost power before that crash.
I talked to one neighbor that said he saw the plane go over and said he heard the motor cut out and die.
We spoke today to the Oklahoma Department of Public Safety. They tell us an investigation into why the motor shut off is ongoing.
New tonight at 10 o'clock, we've learned 3 things at tonight's AISD budget meeting. Your tax rate may stay the same. Employees might get a 2% raise, and the district expects some declining enrollment. KTX's reporter Jeff Kramer was at that meeting and is here now to let us know what the potential changes could be. Jeff?
Right, this is the first time in almost 6 years the board has held a special budget workshop. The budget is usually presented during a regular school board meeting, but with the ongoing superintendent search, they haven't really had time to focus solely on the budget. Abilene ISD trustees heard the preliminary budget. Now, something to keep in mind, this is just the preliminary budget request. Nothing has been finalized yet, but the board will adopt the new budget and the new tax rate for next year on a special call meeting that will be held on August 24th. George.
All right, Jeff, thank you for following that story, and we know you'll stay on it. A series of break-ins at a storage facility in Early are being investigated by police. According to Early Police in Brown County, the department is working with storage facility owners to track down what was stolen and when. Some of the missing property includes furniture, other household items. The Early Police Department is urging anyone who has a storage rental unit to check the unit. Police also recommend using circular locks rather than those traditional locks. Traditional locks are easier for burglars to cut.
Now to a story that's been in the headlines all day. The search continues tonight for 2 missing 14-year-olds from South Florida who disappeared while fishing in the Atlantic Ocean. Perry Cohen and Austin Stefanos were last seen just before heading to sea on Friday afternoon. Sunday, the U.S. Coast Guard found the teens' 19-foot boat capsized off some 67 miles off the Ponce de Leon inlet. The teens were last seen Friday afternoon buying $110 worth of gas before heading in the direction of the Bahamas to fish.
Today, the Boy Scouts of America officially ended its ban on gay scout leaders and employees. The National Executive Board formally passed a resolution. It was adopted earlier this month. That would change that long-standing policy. It allows each local chapter to make its own decisions on leaders, though. 79% of board members supported the change. The group voted in 2013 to lift a separate ban and allow gay youths into the organization.
A record has been set for the 2016 presidential campaign, and it was done by two big country brothers. Ferris and Dan Wilkes of Cisco gave $15 million to Senator Ted Cruz's super PAC. That is the largest known donation so far in the race. The brothers say they're backing Cruz because they want a leader who will, quote, stand up for biblical morals. The Wilkes are known for founding Frac Tech, that is, in 2002. They sold the company in 2011. Forbes estimates that the men are worth about $1.4 billion each. Last week, the Alzheimer's Association had an international conference. In it, 3 studies released looking at exercise's effect on the brain. George gives us a look.
Yes, 3 separate studies with just one outcome. Let's go in depth in our fact finders. So, guess what? The outcome, all 3 studies showed a decrease in risk or decrease in symptoms of Alzheimer's or dementia in patients. The first study looked at a set of seniors who were sedentary. They put them on a workout regime. Those who did the workouts had increased memory and attention. The second study looked specifically at Alzheimer's victims. They were given workouts. Those who did, they showed less anxiety, irritability, and depression. That's 3 of the most common effects of Alzheimer's. Lastly, a group was again asked to work out. That group was tested for these tau proteins. Those are found in Alzheimer's patients frequently. And you guessed it, those who worked out had lower levels. What's more, they looked at their brains and they found more blood flow around the processing and memory centers.
And you can help the research into a cure for Alzheimer's yourself. The Walk to End Alzheimer's, September 19th in Abilene, and you can register for the walk by going to our website, KTXS.com. All that rainfall we got early July is making for some issues when it comes to fleas around our area. Fleas thrive in moist climates, which the big country obviously has plenty of right now. Well, if your pets are in an itchy situation, make sure you're treating them with the medicine designed to treat and prevent the problem, and make sure that you follow those treatment directions carefully as well. But that won't solve the problem entirely. We spoke to Homer Galindo of Sure Shot Pest Management. He says you need to keep that yard in check as well.
Definitely mow down the grass, keep it as low as you can. Don't give them an extra place to live underneath the shade. You know, to them, just a big weed is a big piece of tree, you know, like a shade.
Also something to think about, if you do let your outdoor pets inside, make sure you vacuum frequently to reduce the number of fleas that can get in your home. And if none of that works, then seeking professional help is probably your next best bet.
All right, poll for everybody watching this moment. Did any of you scratch your legs just thinking about that? You know, it's kind of a subconscious thing.
I know.
It's a flea story or a
Whenever
mosquito
there's
story.
an insect story, he's scratching something. Yep.
Coming up later, an automaker facing record-breaking fines today. We'll tell you why.
One of the possible contenders for the Summer Olympics knocked out of the running. We've got the details on which one and why.
And our temperatures today above normal again in Abilene. Our low this morning was 77, 4 degrees above the normal of 73. The high today 98, just 3 degrees above the normal of 95. Sunday we got up to 99, so we weren't quite as hot again today. We'll have your forecast coming up next.
Getting the facts right and alerting you to weather danger. You're watching KTXS News at 10 with Ray Blanks, George Levesque, Mark Rowlett, and Jason Lewis.